Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell was the host of today's post-cabinet briefing, reporting on some of the high points on the just concluded 38th CARICOM summit. However, it was the fall from grace of a prominent member of the NMP administration who recently accused the party of victimization that sparked reporters' curiosity. Dr. Mitchell, in responding to queries, says Mr. Forrester's dissent began when he opted to challenge the party's policy.
The executive has chosen a caretaker for the constituency of South St. George's. And if that's the case, all of us have to abide by the directive of the party. We may not agree with it. There are a number of decisions that the NMP party has made over the years that I didn't agree with, but I don't just get up and decide to oppose it publicly and decided to go against it to the point that I am out there actively campaigning and telling the leadership of the party, including the chairman, for example, that no one will stop him. That if the party does not give him the authority to run, he will run as an independent. So I don't know in the face of this that while there is a disciplinary process that may have to be involved, but that's a separate issue. But the whole question of being able to represent the party and the government on specific policy-making decision certainly becomes a problem.
The Prime Minister says the decision to remove Mr. Forrester from his chairmanship role on the National Water and Sewage Authority and the Financial Complex Board was not politically motivated.
But the fact is, the two boards that Mr. Forrester had been moved on from, NAWASA, it was up for renewal, it's a fact, and the other one was the Financial Complex Board, which was, it should have been, the change should have occurred weeks ago or months ago. It was an oversight on our part that it was not done. So it was a convenient time for us, and I made a point already. I don't see how Terry could have expected to continue chairing boards of a policy nature when he took the position against the party and government of the day.
Then there is the issue of Mr. Forrester not being granted a diplomatic passport. Dr. Mitchell gave the rationale behind that decision.
He had asked me before. It had nothing to do with his wife, and I did not. I said, you have to have, there's a basis for diplomatic passport. The Prime Minister cannot just give people diplomatic passport. You have to be in a certain category of representation in the country and with government. And then when it happened with his wife, he did. And I said, look, we are prepared. In fact, he told the executive that. He didn't tell any lie about this. He said that I did tell him that we will facilitate her travels through our diplomatic community offices abroad. But to give a diplomatic passport to both him and his wife at a time, just to travel, a lot of people would come forward and ask for the same thing. And what we become a diplomatic passport becomes just a travel document now.
Colin Campbell, GBA News.